Next on the schedule is the boys that hail from Roanoke, Virginia, and I had the pleasure of working with them about 2 or 3 years ago. We worked over on the Jamboree and working out of Roanoke there, most of them working with the late Red Smiley. Let's give a great big hand to one of the up-and-coming bluegrass groups, the Shenandoah Valley Cut-Ups, will you?
If the road looks long and endless, with nothing but hard work and me, I'll smile all the while, for I know that I can always count on you. If fame and fortune should pass you by, though a beggar I stand alone, for a king and his kingdom could never find a love that's true as the love we once known. Like a baby can count on its mother at night when the dad's all through, and lovers can count on the moon, every moon, that's how I can count on you. Like April can count on the showers, the grass can count on the dew, and March can count on the windy days, that's how I can count on you. If the road looks long and endless, with nothing but heartbreak and me, I'll smile all the while, for I know that I can always count on you. If fame and fortune should pass you by, though a beggar I stand alone, for a king and his kingdom could never find a love that's true as the love we once known. Like a baby can count on its mother at night when the day's all through, and lovers can count on the moon, every moon, that's how I can count on you. That's how I can count on you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's nice to be here at Culpeper with all you folks today. Nice to see all of you out on a nice cool day we have here. And it's all the Shenandoah Cut-Ups. And I'll briefly introduce the fellas right quick. I'm sure there's a lot of people here probably that haven't met the fellas. So briefly, starting on my left side over here, if you ever heard any of the Don Reno and Red Smiley albums or records during the past 14 to 15 years, you heard him on it playing the bass fiddle and singing bass in their quartet. And this gentleman worked with Don and Red from the beginning of their career until the end of it. And we've had the pleasure of working with John ever since. So let's get together and make a great big welcome today for Mr. John Palmer on the bass fiddle. What do you say? We got a brand new member of our group that's only been with us about 3 weeks now. Young fellow that's been in school and got 1 more year to go. And he comes from Galax, Virginia. Probably a lot of you folks recognize him here today because he's been around on a lot of the contests in the past few years through the country. And really does a good job of playing the guitar and singing, and especially playing the guitar, which you'll find out a little bit later. So from Galax, Virginia, let's make a great big welcome for Mr. Wesley Golding. What do you say, all right? Thank you. Playing the banjo back here and doing all of our lead singing. We've enjoyed working with this fellow for about 6 years now. We worked with Red Smiley, and then we've been together with our own group now for about 3 years. So I'm sure that he's probably no stranger to a lot of you folks. Let's get together for a big hand for Mr. Billy Edwards. What do you say? Playing the mandolin, doing all of our tenor singing. There's a fellow that comes from down in Alabama, worked with most of the groups around the Opry with, around Monroe and, should I say it?
Yeah, that's all right.
Oh, he's been with a whole lot of them, Jim and Jess and, I don't know, Jimmy Martin. And when our television show terminated in Roanoke, Virginia, Red Smiley moved north and sort of semi-retired for a while and then went back with Don Reno. We called upon this fellow to come up and work with us, so he moved up and we've enjoyed working with him for 3 years now. Let's make welcome from Alabama, Mr. Herschel Sizemore, all right?
Thank you very much. The fellow that's been doing all the talking is certainly no stranger. He's been with many, many groups that take us too long to tell you about. Let's make him feel welcome because he sings baritone and plays the fiddle, and once in a while we'll put him on the guitar when we can't find nobody no better. Let's make him feel welcome, old Clarence Tater Tate.
Thank you. Thank you, Bill. Thank you very much. We want to do a tune here that's off the album that some folks wanted to hear, and we've got all of our album songs. We've got some of the late Red Smiley songbooks that we had left after that we had on our television show, and all of our souvenirs are back here right behind the stage in front of our old bus. So be sure and come on back and visit with us and buy some of our souvenirs. We'll be glad to have you. We want to do this one off of our Plant Grass in Your Ears album. This one is titled Harold's Super Service.
Now me, I work at Harold's Super Service. We specialize in service all the way. But there's only one thing that really bugs me. That big old bony strip down Model A. At Harold's Super Service we do grease jobs. We fix 30 or 40 flats every day. But there's only one thing that really bugs me. That big old bony strip down Model A. He says, give me 50 cents worth of regular. Check my auto if you don't mind. Put some air in my tires, won't you, mister? Wash my windows too if you have time. Last night I dreamed I died and went to heaven, to that mighty super service in the sky. I was satisfied at pumping gas forever, for the angels in the sweet by and by. Now the pearly gates were just around the corner. I could see the new ones coming every day. I was changing plugs on Moses' magic carpet, when up through the clouds there came this Model A. That said, give me 50 cents worth of regular. Check more too if you don't mind. Put some air in my tires, won't you, mister? Wash my windows too if you have time. Wash my windows too if you have time.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, boy. Well, let's go along here and do another. It's one of the fellows that we have on our last album on the Ravona label.
Have to play a fast and keep them freezing.
It is getting a mite chilly out here, ain't it? Well, I guess we can stand it. The sun's coming out now, and we'll make out. Let's go ahead and do this one, Billy, that you wrote, and we put this on our last album, as we say. We have this one with us today if anybody would like to have one. Billy wrote this one and named it after a creek that runs behind our house down in Roanoke. And let's do this one titled Tinker Creek Breakdown. You know, we enjoyed seeing the Bluegrass Alliance a few minutes ago, and I'm sure you folks did from the response they got. It kind of reminds me and carries me back to the time back about 4 or 5 years ago that we took a tour overseas, over to Europe. About 4 years ago that was, we went over there.
Went where?
And over to Europe. You know, when we went over there to Europe about 3 or 4 years ago.
Europe?
You know, back there across the sea,
They
you know.
ain't no such a place as Europe.
There is too, 'cause that's where we went.
You're talking about Europe. Well, all these little kids and everybody knows ain't no such a place as Europe. You're talking about Europe.
Not talking about Europe, talking about Europe. That's where we
You're
went.
talking about Europe. Ain't no such a place on the globe as Europe. Europe.
You know what, Billy? You may be right. I believe that was Europe.
I was.
You was right, by the way. Because over there on the ship, we went over there back then, we was driving on the boat, you know. And all the way over there on the boat, these people everybody had their heads hung over the side, and they were hollering, Europe! Europe! You're right, Billy. You're exactly right. It was Europe. Boy, we had fun on that trip. We had 6 meals a day going over there. 3 going down and 3 coming up. That captain of that ship come over to John Palmer and he said, "What's the matter there, Palmer?" He said, "Have you got a weak stomach?" John said, "What do you mean weak? I'm throwing as far as the rest of them, ain't I?" But we had a good time, didn't we? John's still a little white from it, just a little. Well, I tell you what, we said that we had our new fellow with us a while ago, Wesley Golding, and he showed out a little bit on the guitar then. He's, you know, young and upcoming. He got them fast fingers and all that kind of stuff like that us older ones, you know, we can't do that too much anymore. Huh?
You got a lot of fast talk, too.
A lot of fast talk. And so I tell you what, let's have him come out and do a song for us now that we enjoy doing with him. This is a little bit on the peppy side. This one is titled Dog Named Boo.
I remember till this day the bright red Georgia clay and how it stuck to the tires after the rain. Rip Howard made that old car go, a roaming mind told me that so. Oh, how I wish that we were back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Lou, that man lived off the land. Me and you and a dog named Lou, I wish I were a free man. I never forget that day we rode us straight to the end of Big L.A. Not a light from the city put the settling down into my brain. It's only been a month or so, but that old car's a begging us to go. Gotta get away and get back on the road again. Me and you and a dog named Lou, that man lived off the land. Me and you and a dog named Lou, I wish I were a free man. Me and you and a dog named Lou, that man lived off the land. Me and you and a dog named Lou, I wish I were a free man.
That's good, man. Thank you. Thank you very much, Wes. We really appreciate you doing that one for us. We've got a song, we're going to slow it down just a little bit now, and this is on our new album, and we'd like to do this one for you. We recorded this with Red Smiley about 5 years ago, and don't think that they ever got the record released too far wide, and probably, I don't know if you've heard the song or not, but it's a little bit on the hard side, I guess you would say. Let's do this, a trio fellas, titled The Dying Soldier.
As the sun was slowly sinking on a hilltop far away, our land was in its beauty where the dying soldier lay. Tears was streaming down his face as he slowly raised his head, and these were the dying words he said. Carry me back to old Tennessee. Let this be my last report. Lay my feet beneath the lilac. Lay my head beneath the rose. Take this message to my mother, for I know she's old and gray. At home alone she's waiting, looking for her boy someday. Oh, dear mother, I fought true for my country and for you, and I'm dying for the red, white, and blue. Carry me back to old Tennessee. Let this be my last report. Lay my feet beneath the lilac. Lay my head beneath the rose.
Thank you very much. We like to include some of the hymns on all the shows that we do across the country, and we're going to do that right now. We have a hymn gospel album, and also for sale here today if you would like to have one. And we also have a fan club. One of our fan club members, presidents from Alabama is here today, and she'll be back with the fan club news for you. Yeah, and Pat Aaron, our president, is here too someplace. I did see her over there a while ago. I don't know where she went. Anyway, if you would like to join our fan club, we'd be glad to have you. Slip on back and see. Look over our souvenirs and enjoy yourself throughout the day here. And let's get along and do this one here, titled A Beautiful Life.
Each day I'll do a golden deed by helping those who are in need. My life on earth is but a span, and so I'll do the best I can.
Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done. Where there will be no setting sun. To be a child of God each day, a light must shine along the way. I'll sing His praise while the ages roll, and strive to help some troubled soul. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done. Where there will be no setting sun. Life's evening sun is sinking low. A few more days, and I must go to meet the deeds that I have done. Where there will be no setting sun.
Thank you so much. We would like to do one more here for you that somebody sort of special requested this one. And I believe I can't remember the names, but they were from North Carolina. So let's do this one for him. Another one of the gospel songs titled, I'm Gonna Eat at the Welcome Table Some of These Days.
I'm gonna eat at the welcome table some of these days, hallelujah. I'm gonna eat at the welcome table. I'm gonna eat at the welcome table some of these days.
All right, thank you. Thank you, fellas. If you don't mind, I would like to attempt to do a fiddle tune here now. And let's do this one that we used to do in Wheeling, West Virginia quite a bit. I believe that you know this one, don't you, Wesley? Oh, you tell him, brother.
You've been in the sheep dip already, I can see that.
Let's get along to this one. Everybody takes a break on it, I guess. This one is titled Durham's Bull. Thank you. Thank you. We had one more scheduled anyhow. But I wish it wouldn't give Wesley such a hand like that. I'm telling you, he's liable to rip his price on us here right quick. I don't know about that. We've got another one here. Somebody had a request to do this one. We hope this, hope you've enjoyed our show here today, and I'm sure that you're going to enjoy the rest of the groups coming on throughout the evening. We'll be back later on in the evening with you, and we're going to get Billy to do our little dance here on our last tune, because we always have requests for him to do that anywhere we go.
Tater,
So,
we'll
yeah.
have to ask y'all to play off the light, because I don't have any taps on my shoes.
Well, that's okay.
Not that it matters anyway.
That's all right. We'll make it out. We won't play too loud for you. Chicken reel, all right? Thank you very much.
Thank you, fellas. A great big hand.